Hello, welcome. Coming up on today's Retro Robin Show, it's about the fighting. I'm going to pick a fight. That's terrible. We're talking about your favourite fighting games, and I've put them in order of the most suggested. We're not really doing a top 10, but we're going to put them in a 10 order. So join me next on Retro Robins to see which ones were the favourite and who suggested what. Roll VT! Hey! Welcome to the Retro Robin Show with me, Wayne Retro Robins. Today we're talking fighting games, and the name of today's show is I'm going to pick a fight. That's like the Mel Gibson impression in Braveheart. I'm going to pick a fight. No? Oh, alright then. We're talking the fighting games that you suggested, and I've put them in order of the most suggested ones. By no means are we talking a top 10, but I'm going to give you the 10 most suggested ones in order, and with 1 or 2 honourable mentions as well. So join me, Retro Robins, as we pick a fight. See what I did there? And see which one is the most popular and most mentioned fighting game for the Spectrum so far. I say so far because you never know what's coming out just round the corner. Never going to beat the heyday maybe, but if you're going to love a bit of 8-bit, you're going to love a bit of me. So, starting with our little list that's compiled by you. All the ones mentioned: Street Hustle, WWF, WrestleMania, we got Barry McGuigan, boxing game, I like it, Rastan, and 1 or 2 many more. So, without no further ado, let's see what we've considered your top 10. Well, we'll go from the 12 up, shall we? But we'll start picking particular games to have a look at as we go through it. At number 12, The Last Ninja. Good game, I liked it, yeah, seemed to it. Didn't play it as much as I would like to, but you know, hey, that's the way it goes. Number 11, you're not going to be happy about this. Fist 2. I know. You probably thought that would have been more suggested, but hell, you know, I would have thought Kung Fu Master would have been suggested other than just me. I even posted a picture of it. But I was the only one that thought of it. Wasn't the best arcade conversion though. It had its merits, but you know, it was based on another type of game that is a bad port really, but E for effort. So, let's go straight to number 10. And today's computer of choice is the Mighty Plus 3. The only computer for the job, I must say. Sorry. So number 10, as suggested by everyone from Spectrum Forever. Yes. Didn't realise there was so much competitive between these Facebook groups. They only had a moan at me the other day for not asking them. So I tried to ask as many people as possible. And from Spectrum for Everyone, Clive's Retro Bar and World of Spectrum is, if it loads, Barbarian. I like this game because it's got a demo, which means I don't have to play and I can't be look bad and get beaten up. Quality game, brilliant graphics. Can't remember if it was a multi-load now, but I remember playing it a lot in the back in the day when it first come out. I remember all the colourful ads on the Crash magazines and the Your Sinclair. There was some wicked ads and a very fit lady along with Arnold Schwarzenegger. he did the pose for it, didn't he? But yeah, that was number 10, Barbarian. And we're not going to need to play because you can see it there. So let's move on to number 9. So what was number 9? The most suggested one. And of course it had around about, oh, I did tell you how many votes I had, didn't I? Number 9. I found out how many votes it got now. Is The Way of the Tiger. Quality game. I remember this you did have to load in sections on the 48K. But yeah, it loved it. It was brilliant. One play the whole game. Oh, yes. Am I going to be any good? No, I'm probably going to get beaten up. Oh, I found out how to punch and duck. That's always a good sign. Yeah, it was quality, wasn't it, really? Was this deserve to be higher up in the list? I'm getting battered as usual. Do you not know I'm a Kung Fu master? I'm 10th Dan, get out of my way. Do you think this should have been higher in the list? Nice, colourful, and well done. I like the use of black pixels just to make it look grey and well clouded, but yeah. So, The Way of the Tiger. Let's move on, because we don't want to keep this video going as very long as possible, do we? As they do tend to get longer. Number 8. We'll skip through a couple. Barry McGuigan's boxing. Not bad. Wasn't as good as Frank Bruno's boxing in my opinion, but that's my opinion, and I'm sure you tell his merit, sorry. Number 7. Well, if we're going to have a look at a boxing game, we're going to look at the one that got to number 7. Frank Bruno's boxing. I remember this one well. I was hopeless at it, but then I did enjoy it. Frank Bruno's boxing, remember this? Shall we enlarge the screen? We don't need to see everything else around it. There we go. How's that? Some more dodgy Retro Robins camera work. It's a must with this dodgy YouTube channel I've got, but I hope you enjoyed it anyways. Oh, can we, yeah, we'll just present that. A lot of keys, wasn't there? A lot of keys. So we'll go for Kem. No, we can't go. Yeah, why can't not? Kempston. And now all we can do is press start. Do you think I'll get a few blows in before I get decked? It's Retro Robins, for goodness sake. Okay, come on, have it. Oh. Didn't want to see me get beat up, did you? Number 7. Sorry, I've lost it. I'm better at the other games. Frank Bruno's boxing. Now we get into the top 6. So what was at number 6? Ah. You're going to like number 6. Before we get to the big top 5, well, I'll give it a real good play. As voted by you, Andy's had a total of 5 suggestions. Frank Bruno's boxing had 4. Barry McGuigan's had 4, but I've sort of got the casting vote, so I'll put what I've preferred above it. I do apologise if it's not to your agreement, but then you can always leave comments and I'll always listen to you. Your feedback is more than welcome. 3 votes was number 9 and 2 votes for Barbarian. Fist 2 only had 1 vote, so, you know, there we go. Quality game. Remember it well? Bruce Lee? We've all seen it, haven't we? What I liked about this game as well, you could define the keys, couldn't you? So we'll have 1 player and enter to begin. I think the keys were QAOP then, weren't they? Yes. I think I completed this around about, well, I forgot to put out 32765,48 because it doesn't work on the 1 to 8K unless you do that, does it, sometimes? Bruce Lee! Well, we don't care. We're going to look now. Hopefully. We're going to look at your top 5, which is where we're trying to get to. So, thanks to everybody, by the way, for polling this. We've quickly got through those first 7 already. Thanks to my own computer, the Spectrum Plus feed decided it doesn't like to play them. Hey, but nevertheless, this is what happens when you do a live YouTube show like this one, or even if it's a recorded one, it can go horribly wrong sometimes. Yeah, did everyone enjoy Jim Bagley's Jim Machete Coder Badly and his coding tutorial? It's easy for me to say. I did, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get the emulator to work properly because I've got quite an old laptop now. It probably needs updating a bit, so yeah. So let's off and on the computer, and the reason why that is because we're going to load off disk. And this is your number 5, as voted by you. Oh, do we want part 1 or part 2? I think we'll go for part 1. IK. International Karate. And IK2. So we'll have a look at both of them. They're in joint 5th place. It was hard to separate the two. So, yeah. And there's a little ad there for The Last Ninja. And I think because we got using a brand new joystick today by Dior. Brilliant joystick, to be honest, really nice. I'm going to go for Kempson and see how well I can do. I'm probably going to be rubbish, but you know. Just a quick look at each one of the games as we go through them. Looks a bit very similar to the way of the Exploding Fist, isn't it? Oh, that was me, wasn't it? Yeah. Actually, I'm not playing it. It's the demo. It's the way I last. Yeah, fair few people suggested this one. I did write a list of names. That was your number 5. So well, let's have a look at the other one to it, which was IQ Plus. Just flicking through my files. There we go. Some unknown reason this one tends to crash on me quite easily. 1987. Seems only yesterday, doesn't it? And this one is joint 5th. And of course the good thing about it, you had 3 fighters, didn't you? So yeah, it was quality. Let the demo run till it crashes. For some no reason it crashes, I don't know why. There you go. I told you it does. I didn't touch it, honest. I didn't detonate it. So we're going to go straight to number 4. And this one I'm pretty good at. Challenge anybody to it. So what was at number 4? As voted by all of you. Not necessarily as the best, but as the most enjoyable. And the ones fondly remembered. One that I'm pretty good at. Honest. Ye are Kung Fu. And of course I'm going to get Kempson again. Player. And if I button bash, this is how I win. I always fly in from the start. Does everyone do this? Just jump straight in and go. Right, hit him on the foot loads of times. I can't get him ploughing. I said I was... Look, it's better on keyboard, right? I'm using the joystick. That's my excuse. Right, you're dead. See, take that. No one messes with the 8-bit Retro Robins. Unless it's that girl with the fan, because I can never get past her. Scared myself then. Isn't this a good game? And this was your number 4, wasn't it? Jim Bagley suggested this as well, didn't he? Jim Bagley, sorry. I must say his name correctly. I get lazy. I get lazy with pronunciations. And Nigel and Stephen and one or two others all suggested this game. So yeah. But we don't want to keep playing this. Let's move on then to our big top 3. It's getting exciting. Well, I don't think it was. Number 3. Most suggested game, and it's one of my all-time favourites, and it's one that I could probably complete nearly every time I play it. Yes, I'm actually good at the game. I know. Who thought this would have been number one? There was a lot of votes for it, I'll tell you that. It's had a total of eight people suggest it. I'm going to define the keys. I'm going to use a keyboard. And I found this one easier to play than Renegade itself. We don't need player two because there's not two of us here. There's only one retro, and he's going to do the damage. Oh, gotta get the hammer. Two of them. Ha, got the hammer. Oh, they're taking a hammering. Hey! Makes a change. I'm taking a hammering. It's usually me. Have that. Have that. Who's next? You want some too? How about a cannibal pass? Yeah. Oh. Getting excited now. I think he's done for. Number three, sorry, target Renegade. Oh, took my mind off it. I'll let him get that free blowing. Ha, told you, I'd do him. That was your number three quality game. Should we play it till I get past another liver? You are good at the games you play the most, and I did play this an awful lot. Oh, I forgot. If you kick them twice, you can jump on top of them to beat them up, but if you try and do it straight away, you can't do that. Oh no, I'm done for. That was your number three. Straight to number two then. Another one I'm reasonable good at. Renegade. Love the loaders. I love the loading screen on this. It was brilliant, wasn't it? And even the bleeper sound for the 48K was brilliant. I know Renegade had a 128 sound to it, but I've very rarely played it on the 128K version. I'll tell you what I do though. Got a little cheating method here. Is I'll try to walk him to the edge and kick him off the edge. Like so. He knows what I'm up to, look. There you go, there's one down. Oh yes. Where they all got to? Oh, we're on to the boss already, are we? Ah, we won't stand a chance. Seems a bit slow today, doesn't it? It's a bit quicker on me 1 to 8K. I don't know why that is. And I've kicked him off the edge. Oh, and get away from the edge because they've got a good chance of kicking you off the edge. Oh, it's starting to speed up. Oh, you lucky, lucky man. And that was your number two. Renegade. Brilliant game. So what was your number one? Well, join me in a moment. I had to throw a bit of bad editing. You didn't see me die, did you? No, of course not. Number one, it literally ran away with it. So we'll tell you now, it's had over 12 volts in total. And it is an absolutely brilliant game. I think you'll know what it is. If you haven't guessed what number 1 is already, you're about to find out. Never failed to load, this didn't. Always worked well. If I can remember what the keys were, I think it was oh yeah. Just remembering what the keys were, that's right now. Which one was forwards? Can't remember what the keys are. Way of the Exploding Fist, that's it, I've got it. Because I've pressed 2 play, haven't I? That's what it is. So that was your number 1, and yeah, great quality game. Brilliant graphics on it, really, and there was a fair number of moves you could do, which I didn't think you could do that with the Spectrum, to have that many complicated. Remember the amount of keys you had to press? I mean, Are Kung Fu you had up left, left, down, down right, right, up right, and before you knew it, you used all the keys on your computer up, and you ended up pressing the wrong button. And if you got familiar with the game, you got familiar with the game. And that is all of your favourite fighting games, your most suggested fighting games from everybody. World of Spectrum and Spectrum Forever, Spectrum for Everyone. Thank you very much, and of course Clive's Retro Bar for adding to the poll so to make this show possible. It's good to see. We were able to flick through them. Fortunately, I wasn't able to play them as much as I wanted to. I'm having a few issues here getting them to load lately. I don't know why that is. I'm normally okay, but as it is, I do this thing as a little bit of light entertainment for everybody in the Spectrum community. So I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and I'll do more videos like this one for you. Got some hardware coming, I'm still waiting for that to come through, and we're going to do a bit more soldering and stuff like that on the way. So in the meantime, from me, Wayne Retro Robbins, take care for now, have a good working week or weekend depending on when you watch this video, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you for watching, bye.